Have you noticed the internet feeling, I don't know, a little off lately? Kind of hollow? Like you're talking to a bunch of incredibly convincing but totally soulless echoes? Well, you're not imagining things. The line between human and machine online is blurring way faster than anyone thought possible, and it's pushing us towards a future that looks like it's straight out of science fiction. The only question is it a utopia or a nightmare? So, what is actually going on, and what's the wild plan to fix it? Let's get into it. So check this out. We just crossed a crazy tipping point. For the first time in over a decade, we, humans, are officially in the minority online. Yep, automated traffic, everything from helpful bots to nasty AI agents, now makes up 51% of all activity on the web. We are no longer the dominant species in the digital worlds that we built. And look, this isn't just some weird statistic for a trivia night. According to Alex Blania, he's the CEO of the company at the heart of this whole story, this is a full-blown existential crisis. His prediction is that if something fundamental doesn't change, the social media platforms we use every single day are going to completely break down under the sheer weight of all this AI noise. Okay, so what does that breakdown actually look and feel like? Well, it's happening right now on the apps you have in your pocket. You can think of it like a kind of digital rust, this slow, creeping decay that's making our entire online experience worse, making it harder and harder to find real people and real information. And when you break it down platform by platform, you can see how specific these failures are. On X, the new AIs can just waltz right past every security check, turning huge parts of the platform into a ghost town, where bots are just echoing each other. Over on Reddit, AI agents are now so good at faking thoughtful, nuanced comments that they're basically poisoning the vibe of entire communities. And on Tinder, oh man, it's a total minefield of deepfakes and this new thing called AI catfishing, where bots use these hyper-realistic AI-generated profiles and conversations to fool people on a massive scale. So here's the bottom line. Our old defenses are failing for one simple reason. They are all software-based puzzles. Click on the traffic lights, that kind of thing. And AI has just become the ultimate puzzle solver. So the proposed solution is a really radical shift from software to hardware. It's about moving away from things AI can easily fake, like an email address or a photo, and towards something that's tied to the real physical world, your own unique biology. And that brings us to the big idea, this vision for a cleaner, more authentic internet. It's a concept they're calling the real human network. Basically, it's a foundational layer for the web where you can actually trust that you're interacting with other real people, not some sophisticated AI puppet. At the very heart of this new network is something called a world ID. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital passport for the internet. Its only job is to prove one single thing, that you are a unique, real human being. And this part is super important. It's designed to do this completely anonymously, without ever sharing your name, your age, or any of your personal data. And this is the custom-built hardware that makes it all possible, the Orb. It's this slick bowling ball-sized device that takes a super high-resolution image of your iris. See, that pattern is incredibly unique to you, even more so than a fingerprint, which lets the system generate a one-of-a-kind anonymous code that becomes your proof of being human. Getting one is designed to be pretty simple. First, you download an app. Then you find one of these orbs in your city for a quick scan that literally takes a few seconds. And just like that, you have your verified anonymous proof of being human right there on your phone. So you're probably wondering, how on earth can this be private if it's based on a scan of my eye? Well, it uses this brilliant piece of cryptography called a zero-knowledge proof. It's kind of like proving you have the key to a locked room without ever having to show anyone the actual key. Your World ID proves to an app that you're a verified human without ever revealing the underlying iris scan that proves it. That secret never even leaves your device. And hey, this isn't just some theoretical idea. It's already happening. Tinder in Japan has already integrated World ID. It helps solve catfishing, deepfakes, and even age verification all in one go. Users who opt in get a little verified human badge on their profile, which is meant to create a much more trustworthy dating pool. But honestly, fixing dating apps is just the tip of the iceberg. The ambitions of this whole project go way, way deeper, right into the fabric of our own biology. Because this was never just about cleaning up social media. This is about building the fundamental infrastructure for humanity's future with AI. A future where that line between our own minds and these powerful machines, well, it starts to get very, very blurry. Yeah, because as it turns out, verifying that we're biologically unique, That's just step one of a much longer and, frankly, much more mind-bending roadmap. And if you want proof of how serious this next step is, just look at this number, $250 million. And we're not talking about money from just any venture fund. This is a direct seed investment from OpenAI, the company at the absolute epicenter of the AI revolution. That investment is for a new venture called Merge Labs, and its mission is one of the most ambitious things you will ever hear: to bridge biological and artificial intelligence by developing brain-computer interfaces. We are talking about creating a direct, high-bandwidth link between the human brain and AI. And would you look at the co-founding team? It's an absolute all-star lineup. You've got Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, and Alex Blania, the CEO of World, working right alongside leading professors and neuroscientists from Caltech. This is not some fringe project. This is coming from the very center of the tech universe. And their approach presents this really fascinating choice for our future. On one side, you've got the cyberpunk vision of Elon Musk's Neuralink, which requires invasive surgery to implant threads directly into your brain. But on the other, Merge Labs is chasing this more solarpunk kind of Star Trek vision, a totally non-invasive approach that uses ultrasound and molecular sensors to read brain signals from outside the skull. No surgery required. So when you put it all together, the ultimate vision becomes clear. It's a full-stack solution for humanity in the age of AI. World ID uses our biology, our irises, to prove we're human online. And Merge Labs wants to use our biology, our brain signals, to create a safe and seamless bridge between our minds and the powerful AIs we're building. The whole goal is to make sure humans don't get left behind in the world we're creating. But, and this is a huge but, this grand vision of a perfectly verified, biologically integrated utopia comes with a profound set of questions. What is the actual price for a bot-free internet? And who exactly are we supposed to trust to build it for us? So after all that, is this the silver bullet we've been looking for to solve this whole digital identity crisis? Well, as you can probably guess, the answer is it's really, really complicated. There are some major concerns here. First up, privacy. I mean, we are talking about biometric data. It is literally the most personal, permanent information that we have. Regulators are already very skeptical. Spain actually ordered a temporary ban on their data collection because of these concerns. Then you have the massive risk of centralization. Do we really want one company to become the gatekeeper to the human internet? And finally, what about access? What happens in a world where you need an iris scan to prove you're real? Does that create a whole new digital divide, locking out anyone who can't or simply won't participate? And that leaves us with the final and maybe the most important question of all. In this escalating war against the bot-apocalypse, isn't trusting a company with our most private biological data the price we have to pay just to keep the internet human? That is the monumental trade-off we might all have to think about very, very soon.